Hello and welcome to our LEGO Star Wars Hoth MOC. Last week we finished the Echo Base Command Center. This week we're finally going to start the roof over Echo Base. As you guys may or may not be aware, our Hoth brick pile was growing dangerously low. So that required some force to keep building. Settle down, Yoda. It just meant that me, Leaky Trooper, had to shell out some dough and get a big bricklink order. Money works, the force don't, Yoda.
Oh geez. Yeah, so we placed a massive order of pieces and parts just to kind of keep the MOC going here.
Oh.
This bricklink seller didn't do the best of jobs, but as you can see, tons of slope pieces, tons of plates. We're gonna need all of it.
And this is one of 3 boxes we got coming.
Yeah, and I mean, you kind of think about, we don't really do the unboxings anymore.
No.
So you don't really get to see it, but we are still intaking quite a lot of pieces to do all of this.
So now that we got a big brick order in, I want to do something kind of special this episode. Let's do the roof.
Oh no, the roof!
I don't know, how far out is the roof gonna go, Leaky?
I was thinking that it wouldn't be that far. It would probably be just enough to cover the shield generator. Over here, it's gonna go a little more because I wanted to have these black hanging lights.
Yeah.
And here it's probably gonna end, I don't know, mid Falcon there, and then here it's not going to go that far at all. So it's going to be, imagine like a cutaway.
Yeah, like a horseshoe essentially.
Yes.
With we're gonna have lights under here. We might even have some extended out. I don't know yet. But
yeah, I want to have enough where it's like it doesn't look like this is just a cutoff.
In shadow too. I also want to make these areas kind of in the back are darker, so they're less easy to see.
That's the whole reason why that's wide open. That's meant to be covered.
And of course, we still have to do some work with the Wampa pig or the kennel over there for the Tauntauns.
Oh yeah, the Tauntaun
So
pen.
we're gonna have to do that as well.
All right, first things first. To build the roof out, we are going to be starting from this corner of Echo Base and building out. It's going to be like a cutaway on the inside of Echo Base. So this is only going to come out to a point where we can hang these black lights, as you see in the Hoth scene. So we're going to start in this corner. We're going to be covering up this area. We're still going to leave some openings so we get some natural light in through here. We don't want it to be completely dark and shadowed, although we could fill in with some LED lighting later. But for right now, we're going to even off the top of the mountain from here all the way to here and cover up this area over this major fuel tank here. So let's switch over to hyperlapse mode and get that done.
Perfect.
All right, so here is the front part of the mountain. Now that we have it all evened out and ready for our roof, we left some holes in there so some natural light comes through down into the fuel tank area. So next, we're going to be building the roof along the right-hand side of the hangar bay. And after that, don't forget to stick around to the end of the video because we are putting some minifigures on the board. All right, so here is the overhang roof of the hangar bay. And then don't forget to hang around to the end of the episode because we do place down our minifigures and we have some lobbying going on of which minifigure we should place down. Okay, before I put the Greeble down, I wanted to show you the backside of the hangar bay roof. We are going to be decorating this a little more. And I did notice we can almost have enough room to put some more scenes up here. Don't know if we're going to do that. Maybe some, some snow trooper SWAT team, something like that. But I did want to show how we use the snot bricks to attach the roof in 3 spots. Down here at the end, here in the middle, and at the end. We are going to decorate over that so this is less apparent that this is a connection point for the overhang roof. But I just wanted to show you the technique we used to make sure the overhang is secure. Alright, the first place we're going to put Cliff Greeble. Greeble. Or I guess I should say Snow Greeble is right here. So we're going to make a snot brick to attach there. And on this side, 2 3x3 bricks and 1 2x6 brick. So let's make that snot. Okay, normally we build very large snot walls, but these are little mini snot walls. And for those of you who have not seen our snot techniques before, we will show you this here. So we've shown this several times, so apologies if you are all snotted out, but again, we're just going to show this for the people that have not seen snot techniques before. So you always start with 2 bricks, 1 plate, and then 2 more bricks, like so. And the reasoning is, when you go to apply your plates, now they will be nice and lined up, so you can decorate them. So let's cut over to hyperlapse mode and decorate our little mini snot. Alright, and I'm going to add a little bit of clearance on the top. When it hangs from the ceiling, it'll hang down a little bit so you can actually see the cool decorative work. Now we have to make the front piece. More snot. Alright, there's one piece of Greeble that I wanted to show you how I build, and I don't think I've ever shown it before, which is an icicle. So this is going to be standing straight up like this. So to have an icicle hanging, we need a snot piece like this. You want it facing down so the icicle hangs underneath. And then you just stick the icicle in. So there we go. And we'll put this here. And that's pretty good decoration. Put a couple more odds and ends. So there we go. Let's go put our snot snow cavern walls on the board. Alright, so the first one we're going to snug up here in this corner like that. And then the front one fits right up there. And actually I think I want them to overlap just a little bit so it doesn't look like there's a hard corner there. And I think I am going to add a little more Greeble behind this and something to kind of go around the corner. So let's add that. Alright, so I added a little bit of a cheese piece and a little piece of blue ice Greeble. So when it fits up there, it doesn't look like it's just kind of a round corner there. And actually, I think I'm gonna... Whoa! Oh. I just took out Mustachio. Sorry, Mustachio. Hey, you knocked me over there again. There's gonna be trouble. Alright, so there is how that corner looks now. And as we move down, we are going to be doing the same thing on this side. Some more snot Greeble. And then throughout the rest of the build, we're probably going to add a little more what I'm going to call overhang detail. But we're not going to do that this week because I want to place the lights, which we are going to do next. But first, let's put some undercliff snot Greeble on this side This time we're going to do the whole deal in hyperlapse mode. Alright, so let's put our first piece on. Right there. The second piece will be around the corner right here. And then we just need to put a few more filler pieces right in here. So there is that cliff piece. And again, this whole thing is meant to look like a cutout, like this would keep going. That's why we have the slant there and there. All right, so I think that's enough Greeble and roof work for one episode. But there is one more thing I want to do. We need to hang our lights. Okay, so my light design is actually a Leaky original. It was inspired by a couple of different sources, but not really any one that makes it worth crediting. I looked at the Echo Base scene in Hoth. Take a look here, and I saw how the lights were configured, and they're somewhat trapezoidal. So that is what I did. I think that's a trapezoid-ish. So there's kind of the base foundation of the lights. Then I'm using these clear, translucent pieces as the lights themselves. Now one thing I know folks will go, oh, you gotta LED this up. Maybe someday we will LED this up, but not yet. I know Assistant likes to mess around with the LEDs, so we will probably end up LEDing, but not in this first pass. And so there is kind of the lights affixed on the bottom. And then the top, this was a little tricky. I couldn't figure how to get the two poles to attach kind of in the middle, so I have to do them in the front a little bit. So I'm using this little Technic stud piece, a 3-hole Technic piece that we fit on the top like that. And then these are just I'm going to call them dark saber blades. Oh, they're a little longer than a dark saber blade. Oh, better not let the Mandalorian see me with this. So anyways, these are black sticks, lightsaber blades, whatever you want to call them. And there you go. So how are we going to fix them to the roof? Well, since it's white, I'm just using these little hook pieces. So that's how we're going to fix them to the ceiling. And for now, we are going to have 5 of these guys. So let's go back to the Hoth MOC and hang some lights. All right, so lining up our lights. This is 84 studs across, and there are 5 lights. So approximately every 17 studs, we want a light. So I'm going to lay those out. I'll start to mount them underneath. All right, let's place light number 1. All right, there we go. Okay, let's count out 16 studs this way. 16. Right there. Another 16, 2. All right, there's those 3. Now 2 more to put down here. And 1 last light. All right. And there we go. All right, let's get a close-up and pan across. See all 5 lights in all their glory. Check them out somewhat from the underside. Pretty cool. So that is going to do it for the build portion of this video. I'm gonna go get Assistant, have him come down, check this out, see what he has to say. We have the roof started, and I know we have a lot more roof to go. And the hardest part of the roof, right there, is yet to come.
All right, guys, so here we are. Here is what Leaky has done, and he has started to build kind of our outside lip. We want the mountain to roll up into, you know, the roof of the Echo base here. We don't want to cover up too much because it'll create shadows, and there's already kind of some shadows in here that I'm not too big of a fan of, and that's hardly overhanging. But we did end up getting some lights in as well, and Leaky has done quite a bang-up job here, and you can start to see where we're going with this. We're going to have to do something here, probably as far as terrain goes, but for today, all we got to do to close out this episode is place some minifigures. So we have a very interesting addition, probably a very controversial addition, but here is what we're going to be adding today. 2 snowtroopers and Darth Vader, and this is more of Leaky's vision, so I'm just gonna have him kind of explain to you what's going on here with these figures.
Yeah, so right over here, right outside of the command center in the hallways, this was always intended to be, you remember in Tatooine Assistant where we have all sorts of different scenes going on and breaking the space-time continuum and such?
Of course, of course.
So my vision was we would take Darth Vader and his snowtroopers, like after they invaded Hoth, and he doesn't actually even have his lightsaber there, and they're coming in to basically stop the Millennium Falcon from taking off. You know, Imperial troops have entered the base! But because we break the space-time continuum, they're entering the base while the Hoth troopers are still, the Rebel troopers are still defending the base. So this is gonna be a little weird because there's still guys here, but they're also, Darth Vader's coming into the base. So is this pushing the boundaries of the space-time continuum too much?
Well, I think that is definitely a question for our viewers, especially, you know, what they're gonna think about having Darth Vader here, especially because we're gonna want that meeting scene with Princess Leia and all of the other, all of the other troops, probably over here. We wanted it right here, but obviously if Darth Vader's hanging around, that's not great.
Yeah, because you could break time, but breaking the space is a little tough because then they're literally standing on top of each other.
Yeah, but those are the figures we are going to be adding for today. So let us know what you think about them in the comments. Should they stay? Should they be removed? Do you care even in the slightest? Because I certainly don't. But anyway, guys, that's probably going to do it for this episode. If you want to see behind the scenes features, we've actually been talking about this in particular for a while now and exactly what we're going to be doing with it. You should definitely check out the members program. That will give you all of the behind the scenes action that you would ever want or could ever desire when it comes to Lobricks. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode, and we will see ya in the next one.